people to forgive. He
That's
brings
right.
forth life in us.
Absolutely.
And apart from him, we don't even possess the ability to forgive.
Right. And you really do see it all the time out there in the world and religious world. You know, people out there really struggling with these things and saying, I try to forgive, I know I need to forgive and all of this. But and you know, just not really attaining to that.
Right. Well, because you can't.
Because you can't.
You can't attain to it.
Yeah. Hopefully, you know, Denise's message, if they listen to it, it would be good. It would be good for them.
I just think of all the teaching now that we've given on forgiveness
Oh, yeah.
and how it's always been a struggle to really forgive someone. I mean, it's okay, you know, just little things, but in terms of a major offense of some kind, wanted to get through the message on offense and understand that message. And then when you understand then that message on offense, then this one fits very easily into that.
Yeah.
And the church today doesn't have a clue on either of those two topics at all. So they continue down the path of basically carnality.
Yeah, if you're never offended by something, you don't really have much reason to have to forgive anybody.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
in other
right.
words, if you're secure within yourself, when something negative comes your way, you don't, it's not even in you to have to, you know, forgive.
No, you're right. You'll just see it a certain way.
Right.
And the way you'll see it will result in forgiveness happening.
Mhm.
I think it's just the way we define forgiveness.
Mhm.
As I'm angry with a guy, and then now I gotta no longer be angry with the guy. And that's not what forgiveness is at all. And it's the non-imputation of someone's sin to their account.
That's right.
Meaning that you don't confuse who they are with what they've done.
Yeah.
You see, once you have that persuasion dwelling in you, should somebody do something to you, it isn't long before that persuasion causes you to see what they did in a certain way,
Mhm.
where you then see them separate from the action, right? You no longer confuse who they are with what they've done. And see, what's happening there is your heart is sending away their transgression from them, which is forgiveness happening. Right? It's manifesting. Forgiveness manifests. It's not something that you make a decision or a choice to go do. You can't make a decision or a choice to go and forgive somebody. But you can have the truth that is Jesus dwell in you, and you can have that truth dwell in you and send away someone's offense from them, meaning your heart sees them. Your heart sees them as innocent, meaning it's not them that's done this to me, but it's the sin dwelling in them that's taken them captive, that's making them do things to me that honestly they don't even really want to do.
Sure.
See, when you begin viewing it that way, forgiveness happens.
Right.
It sends offense away from them,
Right.
but it also sends it away from your heart.
Mhm.
Because the only way offense can be planted in your heart is if you impute the transgression somebody's committed against you to them.
Yeah.
The only way offense can come to your heart is if you impute their sin to them.
Yeah.
That's the only way it can happen. And so what God does is, God's like in the, if we want to describe it this way, we could say he's in the preemptive business, right?
Mhm.
You're not even going to get to the point where you're angry, right? Because you're going to view the thing in such a way that you don't even look at it as if the person's done something to you.
I like that.
But you're just going to look at it as if the person is in bondage to something hurting them,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so it's not a, well, I'm going to not be angry anymore. It's that you weren't angry to begin with,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you did get angry, there's no shame in that. But as you walk away in fellowship with the truth will remind you, right, that it wasn't them, right?
Mhm.
That they were in bondage to something
Mhm.
that's taken their members captive. It's bringing forth the life in them that isn't the life they want. It isn't the life of their design, and now that's trying to reach out and touch you.
Right. Yeah.
I like how